want to few particulars that make Omaha different from New York are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that white people think they're better than others?
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated. Well, so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where there can never be that reconciliation? Then?
No. You talk about justice, and it means one thing to you, and we talk about it and means something else to us. And it'll always be that way. And I'd like you to know I have a terrible feeling against preachers because I think you guys are the ones who are largely responsible for the problem in the first place. And you can accept it or not any way you choose. And for you, this may be an excursion, you know, across the line.
What about the person that wants to listen? I genuinely feel that I want to listen.
Well, if you listen and try to do something, you get kicked out of your church. See, that's where your people are.
Well, we do make changes, right? So the change that have come have been drastic.
God bless you, little brother. Come back and see us again sometime. And don't look back in anger. Thanks for taking it so well. He thought we were going to do in here like a few particulars that make Omaha different from New York are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that white people think they're better than others?
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated. Well, so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where There can never be that reconciliation then.
No. You talk about justice, it means one thing to you, and we talk about it means something else to us. And it'll always be that way. And I'd like you to know I have a terrible feeling against preachers because I think you guys are the ones who are largely responsible for the problem in the first place. And you can accept it or not any way you choose. And for you, this may be an excursion, you know, across the line.
What about the person that wants to listen? I genuinely feel that I want to listen.
Well, if you listen and try to do something, you get kicked out of your church. See, that's where your people are.
Well, we can make changes, right? So the change that have come have been drastic.
God bless you, little brother. Come back and see us again sometime. And don't look back in anger. Thanks for taking it so well. He thought we were going to do in here like they do to us. If we went in one of their places, everybody would have jumped out their chairs and got some ropes together and hung one of us. We couldn't even go in one of their places like this.
Right, Daniel?
Yeah. Right. Which is the bigger threat to American democracy and the Constitution? A Vietnamese mother suckling her child, or a white racist governor in Alabama who says, in so many words, to hell with the Constitution and Johnson and everything else? Which is the greater threat to democracy?
This is true. These people have a kind of self-deception. You know, they believe, they circulate these myths so long that they've begun to believe them. And once you believe them, they say if you define a situation as being real, it will be real in its consequences. And this is just what's happened. They've come to actually believe this. And any evidence to the contrary, he's the exception. But the fact is, all the people who do struggle hard to accumulate a down payment, they do want something better for themselves and for their kids, and they hope that their neighbors will be the same kind of people that they are.
Well, a black man fights for the white man, not for himself. He tells you to bleed and you bleed. He said, go bleed in Korea for the white man, and you go bleed because you have to. He tells you to go to Vietnam or Lebanon or Laos, and we have to bleed. Then in Mississippi or Alabama or Omaha, Nebraska, where they're taking our rights and we know who the people are who are taking them, we don't have any blood then. We're radical. Just because we want to get the rights that we fight overseas for so the white man can have. We fight over there to defend his women and children and defend his land from attack. And while we're over there fighting for him, our own people are being attacked by the same white people over here we're supposed to be fighting to defend.
Right. Everybody's got something to fight for. Right? You got the rights that you fought for. Do you feel that? Do you stay out, Sergeant? And I got out. Do you feel that you're living under those rights now? Why should he go over there and fight the Vietnamese? They've done nothing to him. Working right in this own country, he can go places and he can't even get in a hotel. I mean, and he can drive in a place and might not even be able to get gas if the people don't look at your license plate and see where you're from. That's what he was talking about.
Have you ever been in Hawaii?
Yeah.
What do you think about you? They're black as you are, and I am, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. What a bottle of beer cost you? 80 cents, don't it? Will they speak to you? Because they got long, pretty hair.
No, that's not what the white men got there and contaminated them.
You can't go to places in Japan, man.
Well, that don't make, you know what? You know why? The American white men.
Yeah, but the Japanese gonna keep you out.
Why? Well, look, man, let me say this now. Even if you go some other over there and they mistreat you, well, you can't feel too bad, but that's not your home. But when you come to your own home and mistreated, then you really feel mistreated. This is my home here. And if it's being the fight, we should fight here.
Amen. Right.
You know what I mean? Why go over there and fight?
Have you ever been turned away from a hotel by a Vietnamese, by a Chinese, a Japanese, a Korean, a Lebanese? How about a white man?
Yeah.
Then if we should fight the man who's hurting us, and the white man is one, and he lives in this country.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man, shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So time war, we gonna run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Alright. Son Christ. Alright. Yeah. Oh. You school live. Alright, we are live. Like, share, subscribe. Son Christ. Some bottom. Oh, Roy. Oh, there we go. Right there. This is what we're looking for. Right here. Osiris Christ. Shalom. Yah Bashim Yahshua Rakhadat to the brothers. Shalom. Yah Shamar Thumb Bashim Yahshua to the sisters. I'm preaching over to Paratazar. You know what I'm saying? And I always say on the water to a priest and officer of 1,000 sha'al to let me hold down, you know what I'm saying, his lower class, you know. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start off at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hanna. And since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They are God's chosen people according to the Bible. Let's clap it up on the Most High in Christ. And once again, let's clap it up. You know what I'm saying? Since 1969, ISUPK have been teaching, you know what I'm saying, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians the law according to the Bible to our kinfolks. Let's clap that up. For Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Baba Gishar, can you read the title of the class?
God's people, Israelites, the law of the Lord is perfect.
You know what I'm saying? God's people, Israelites, the law of the Lord is perfect. It's perfect. Why the Christian church is teaching you that nothing is perfect? Why the Catholic church is teaching you nothing is perfect? Think about what I'm just said. The title of the class is said, the law of the Lord is perfect. That means if you do what the Most High God said you to do, you will be what? Perfect. You see what I'm saying, Briggs?
Right.
That's what it is. But somebody told us, Joe Biden said you cannot be perfect. Donald Trump said you cannot be perfect. Hillary Clinton said that you cannot be perfect. These are Christian. Christianity said that you cannot be perfect. You can only be perfect if you believe in white Jesus doctrine. You perfect if you celebrate, guess what? If you celebrate Easter, you perfect. Underneath white Jesus doctrine, slave master doctrine, Abraham Lincoln's doctrine, George Washington doctrine. That's how you could be perfect. You could be perfect if you follow Americans' doctrine. That's the only time you could be perfect. No. Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. Somebody done ran a game on us. Matter of fact, Baba Bashar, go to my classic, go to Ephesians. I think it's 11 and 14. If it's not 11 and 14, it's going to be 14 and 11. Ephesians. Let's go to Ephesians. It said, no more children being tossed to and fro. If you want to look that up, that's the paraphrase. No more children being tossed to and fro.
You say Ephesians 11 and
14, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm going to my my precept book. Yeah, I'm going to my precept book. I hope it's not a 4.
that will be Ephesians 4 and 14.
4 and 14. Yeah. 4 and 14. There we go. Yep, I just saw it. I just saw it in my precept book. If you want to call it precept book. Or sign credits. Let's rock and roll. Let's go, you know what I mean? Because we're going to start off with the New Testament. Then we're going to go to the Old Testament. Go ahead, Baba Shaw.
Oh God. Ephesians chapter 4 and 14.
Matter of fact, start from 13.
Verse 13. Till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God.
So, you know what I'm saying? Till we all come in the unity of the faith, which means loyalty, which means like, I believe what this brother is saying because I see his spirit. Without, you know what I mean? What you're talking about, that the evidence shows that I see this person's spirit right here in the faith and of the, you know what I'm saying? And of the knowledge of the Son of God. What we know who the Son of God. that came from it. Could anything good come out of Nazareth? The Son of God came out of Nazareth. Could anything good come out of Yonkers? The Son of God came out of Yonkers. Could anything good come out of Harlem, New York? The Son of God came out the hood. That's what's going on right now. Read on.
Unto a perfect man.
Unto a what?
Perfect man.
Unto a perfect man. A perfect man. Yeah. Guess who's the perfect man in 2025? The white man. The white woman is the perfect man. How that happened when Yahweh Mashiach, the Son of God, was never their kinfolk? Who changed the Son of God to somebody else kinfolks? Our oppressor. Our oppressor changed that. Our oppressor said, you know what I mean? Said that the Son of Man was born on December 21st. And if you don't believe it, I will kick your goddamn teeth in. I will burn your eyes out your socket if you don't believe that. What year did you believe that Christ wasn't a white man? What year was that? What year did you stop saying that Yahweh Mashiach in the ignorant court Jesus Christ wasn't born on December 21st? What year did you say that was? What year? Because somebody was saying it since 1969. What year did you said it was? Because I was born in, you know what I mean? I grew up in the 80s and then in the 90s, and it was all white Jesus, all Jewish people who look like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I assume that they was the people of the Bible, because that's what I was taught. What happened to those Bibles was all those pictures with all those white people in. Everybody was white. Remember those Bibles? Why nobody remember those Bibles? In the 80s, in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Why nobody remember those Bibles? When everybody was white. The Egyptians, the Assyrians, the Ishmaelites, the Moabites, everybody was white. You saw those pictures. We saw that. Why nobody talking about that? Everybody forgot about that? What year did you stop celebrating Christmas? What year did you stop celebrating New Year's Eve? What year did you start celebrating your birthday? What year was that? And who did you learn that from? Baba Gashar, read that from the top.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Till we all come in the unity of the faith.
Go on.
And of the knowledge of the Son of God.
What we know who the Son of God is. You know what I'm saying? A brother from the tribe of Judah. A brother from the tribe of Judah who is an Israelite. Read on.
Unto a perfect man.
Into a what?
Perfect man.
Into a perfect man. Nobody can be perfect. But what happened if you follow what Christ did, the Son of Man? Right? You're going to be perfect also. Our oppressor told us wrong. We don't.
Unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ.
Say that again.
unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ.
Oh man, that's all. Unto the measure of the stature of the fullness. Don't you could be fullness of Christ? If you could be fullness of Christ, that means that you could be what? Perfect. We don't.
Verse 14.
And he's talking to, this is Paul talking to his brothers in another country. This is Paul talking to his brother to let them know who they are. Israelites. We don't.
Verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro.
Say that again.
That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro.
Oh man, I just told you that you could be perfect in Christ, right? So that we, you know what I'm saying, that we henceforth be no more children being tossed to and fro, no more being ragdoll underneath the boot heel of our oppressor, underneath the boot heel of Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. No more. You are God's chosen people, Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. We have a constitution. We have our four ways and byways. We have our history book. That's what we have. No more being, you know what I'm saying? No more henceforth being, slacking. That we henceforth be no more children. Read on.
Tossed to and fro.
Say that again.
Tossed to and fro.
Tossed to and fro. Read on.
And carried about with every wind of doctrine.
And carry about with every wind of doctrine. You know what every wind of doctrine is? Our sisters saying that they're going to be tarot card readers. Have you seen that, Brees?
Come on, card.
Have you seen the sisters who leave in the church and they become tarot card readers? You know what that is? That means that they are single. That means when did a man let their women start reading goddamn cards?
Right.
Talking about, hey, I could read it in the cards. Ain't no, you know what I mean? When did black women know that? Unless somebody taught us this damn thing. Unless some white woman taught us this. Go ahead, please.
So that's heavy because, you know, young sisters, you know what I'm saying, they into that. On TikTok, you know what I'm saying, these extremely young sisters, tarot card reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, come on, man. They believe in the chakras, the sage,
Oh yeah.
the crystals.
The crystals. All that discussing this, but they didn't predict when they uncle touched them.
Right.
They didn't predict when they brother touched them. They didn't predict when they sister touched them. Or they mother denied that they sister touched them. They didn't predict that. They didn't predict the part when they was down with the train. When they had two men running the train on them, did they predict that? You know what they predict? This is my truth. What moral compass come out of their truth? And you know what they do? They celebrate birthdays.
Right.
They celebrate Christmas. They celebrate New Year's. They celebrate the 4th of July. They celebrate Halloween. You know that, right?
Right.
But they supposed to be enlightened of the stones or the bones.
Right.
The bones is telling me this. Telling you what? Telling you not to be a whore, or telling you you could be anything what you want to be. I don't judge people. You hear that too a lot from them, right? And why always when these sisters follow the tarot cards, it never tell them to wear a dress that cover their body. Why always tell them to dress like a whore? It never tell them to say, hey, be feminine and hold your man down. It never tell them that. But it always tell them to go up against their man. Why? You ever notice that? You ever notice that their cleavage is always showing? You always notice that, you know what I mean? They always talking nonsense. They never talk about their man and how to be a good mother towards their children. They never talk about that. Baba Bishar, shoot out.
Hello, God from the top. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro,
Go on.
and carried about with every wind of doctrine,
Go on.
by the sleight of men.
By the what?
Sleight of men.
Baba Bishar. Just look up the definition of slate. Just look up that definition of slate. Because that's a big thing right there. The slate of men. It says it right there, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men. Baba Shah, if you have it, please read it.
Slate. Sleet.
Yeah, sleep.
Sleet. The use of dexterity or cunning, especially so
Wait. Say it slow so we can take those words as they say in, you know what I mean, my brother in Jersey. So we could taste those words. Say it again.
The use of dexterity.
The use of dexterity, go on.
Or cunning.
Or what?
Cunning.
Cunning. Or cunning, read on.
Especially so as to deceive.
Especially as so to what?
Deceive.
Deceive someone. That's what slate means. To deceive someone with cunning craftiness. To, you know what I mean? And you know what our oppressor is? He will kick your grandparents' teeth in to believe in white Jesus. So the grandparents can teach their kids how to celebrate Christmas. That's that slateness. That's that craftiness. You know what I mean? Oh, priest and officer. Priest and officer of 5,000, Shalaya Allah. Priest and officer of 1,000, Paratazah. Priest and officer, you know what I'm saying? 1,000, Sha'al. We know better. We know better, so we're going to start fighting and scratching and growling and biting your goddamn nose off your face. Right. We know it that we in slavery.
Right.
We know it that we in captivity. We know it that the white woman is the devil, what the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We know it. But guess what? Guess who don't know it? Our children don't know it. Our children don't know it. So once our children don't know it, our oppressor would teach our children to do what? Shalom's club. Our children would start celebrating what? Christmas. Our children start doing what our oppressor say to do. Not the fathers who know better, not the mothers who know better. They kicked our teeth in. I got your back. It says it right here. We got Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, by the cunning of men. And also said, sleight also means cunning, craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Our oppressor lied in wait so they could deceive. That's the reason why nobody believe if a African American say, hey, my name is Precinct Officer Paratasa, Banya Hawada. They start laughing at me. When Precinct Officer, when Precinct Officer 1000 Sha'al said, I'm Precinct Officer Sha'al, Banya Hawada.
Right.
The people gonna laugh. What you try to say, that you a Jewish man? I don't believe you. You just a Negro like me. You just a slave like me. How dare you try to say that you are the people of the Bible? Precinct Officer Kayanada. They laugh at him. He said, I'm Precinct Officer Kayanada. You know what I'm saying? Bon Simeon. They laugh at him. They laugh. I'm Precinct Officer Yashikar from Yashikar. They laugh. What doctrine are we following? We following our oppressor doctrine. We don't, you know what I mean? We are doing what our oppressor say for us to do.
That's right.
That's what we're doing right now. We're being tossed and fro with every wind of doctrine. Every wind of doctrine. The doctrine said, hey, weed is legal now. Smoke all the weed in front of churches, in front of elementary schools, in front of the ISUPK school. And you know what they said? I didn't know that it was a school right here. How much that you was demented, how much that you was tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, and you don't realize there's a big sign that says Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is God's chosen people, is the people of the Bible.
Right.
Come inside when you want to learn about the Bible. How you don't see that? You just smoking weed. You are a goddamn junkie.
Right.
We are junkies. You know that. It's because the Most High, the Most High, our power, believe in all of us, not individuals. Right? Daniel went into slavery. Daniel, he went into slavery, but he was a perfect man that was following the law, statutes, and commandments. He got a woman off that some disgusting bastards try to say that she was a whore. Right, that's right. That was Daniel. That was Daniel. And Susanna.
Oh,
He the one who got Susanna off. Daniel got prestige by he being so young, and the Lord was with him. But he still had to go into slavery, right? The Lord was with him, with Daniel, right? But he still had to go with his people, his kinfolk. He still had to get his teeth kicked in. He still had to go in the lion's den. Being tossed and fro with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Who lie in wait to deceive? Our oppressor. And guess who also lie in wait to deceive? When our people get their face kicked in, they're going to do the same thing that our oppressor is doing.
yeah.
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what we do. Baba Kishar, we verse 15.
Verse 15. But speaking the truth in love.
That again?
But speaking the truth in love.
So it says it right here. But speaking the truth in love, no more crafty no more, you know what I mean? No more try to, you know what I mean? Try to justify what our oppressor is doing. But speaking the truth of love, read on.
May grow up into him in all things.
May grow up unto him. Who is him? Baba Kishar, go to the streamer. Who is the him? And also, I want to get a shout out. You know what I mean? Let me see here if I can do it. I want to get a shout out on Facebook to Priest and Captain 13,000 Shamawa Allah. We got Priest and the Officer Kashak Yad, and we got Priest and Officer Ra'ash Karab from Chi-Town. Most High in Christ. The water tune in, you know what I mean? Tune in to my Facebook, and I truly appreciate it. And if possible, we in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15. And I'm saying this right here. Baba Kishar, pull that up again so I can read it. It says right here in verse 15. But speaking the truth in love may grow up unto him in all things. Who is him? In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 15. Who is the him? I'm talking to people in StreamYard, and I'm also talking to people that's in Facebook. That's in Facebook. Who is the him? Who is the him? I'm gonna give you a couple more seconds, and I'm going to break this down. Because it says it already in the verse, in the context. So it's right here. But read that from the top, Bible show.
Okay. Ephesians 4 and 15. But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things.
Go on.
Which is the head, even Christ.
So now check this out right here. It says, but speaking the truth in love. What is love according to the Bible? What is love according to the Bible? 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments is not grievous. But speaking in truth, in love, the Lord's statute commandments, may grow us unto him, the Most High God, in all things, which is the head. The Most High God is the head, even Christ. Even our king. Who's our king's head? The Most High God. Who is Christ's love? What is Christ's love? To follow the Lord's statute commandments of his Father.
Right.
Can't read that in there? It's right there. It's right there. This ain't Christ's love. This is Christ's Father's love. And what did Christ do? What did Yahweh Shah Mashiach, in him called Jesus Christ, what did he do? He followed the Lord's statutes and commandments. The law. Baba Gashar, go to StreamYard and read the title of the class.
Oh, God. God's people, Israelites, the law of the Lord is perfect.
Say that again.
God's people, Israelites, the law of the Lord is perfect.
If Christ didn't follow the law, would he be perfect? You see what I just did, priest? If the law of the Lord is perfect, and then Christ followed the law of the Lord, of his Lord, what made him perfect? The law made him perfect. If he didn't follow the law, would he still considered to be perfect? No. He would just be a regular brother from Nazareth that did not follow the law. You see what I'm getting at, priest?
That's right.
Yeah. He would be a regular brother from Whitney Young who did not follow the law of God. He'd be a regular brother from the Bronx who did not follow the law of God. He'd be a regular brother from the UK who did not follow the law of God. But he turned out to be what? Christ wasn't tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. His doctrine was what? The law of God, of his Father, his spiritual father. Because his physical father was who? Yahweh, Joseph. That's what his physical father. And we know.
Okay. Which is the head, even Christ.
Which is the head, even Christ's head. Everybody, hold on. You know, Bob Gashard, if possible, you could write that down in you know what I'm saying, in your Hebrew, in your precept book. that Christ wasn't God, because who head is Christ? In this scripture right here, you notice that? This is the New Testament. This is the cut.
Right.
This is a cut. It says right here. But speaking the truth of love may grow into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ. Who is Christ's head? Who is even which is the head, even Christ? The Father. That's the cut right there. And you know what? This right here, when you know what I mean? This right here, this is because somebody got to think about this right here. They got to find out unto him, who is the him? They got to find out who is the head. But they already know who is the Christ. You see what I'm saying, priest?
Right.
Yeah, they know that. They got to say the Father. But I thought Christ was the Father. I thought Christ was the head.
Right.
This is white Jesus doctrine, because it's so confusion. It's all confusion. Read on.
Okay. Verse 16. From whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth.
So it says right here, from whom the whole body fitly joined, which means locked in together and compact, which means tight, by that which every joint supplieth. With every joint that comes by, with every new brother who comes by, with every new sister come by, guess what happens, priest? We get joined together tightly. Everybody's on one accord. Nobody's being tossed to and fro. We all recognize the deceit of who lie in wait. You notice that, priest?
Right.
That's what happens. Read on.
Okay. According to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love.
Oh man, so it says right there, according to the effectually working in the measure of every part, one body, one baptism, one nation. Everybody's on one accord. Making increase of the body. When blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians are together, it's always going to be an increase of us taking over, us realizing who we are. When somebody, you know what I mean, in the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, once we realize who we are, we talk to police differently. You notice that, priest?
Right.
We don't have that anxiety thing. Remember that anxiety when police talk to you, when they think they prestige, when somebody that had all the what word I'm looking for. They went to graduation school. Right. They went to college. They got all the well, what is that word I'm looking for? They got all the diplomas. And and you know more than them. You notice that? You got that, you got that. I'm the son of the Most High God. Your diploma don't mean a goddamn thing to me.
Right.
I'm talking to you as a priest of the Lord. I know more than you. I'm going to teach you how to talk to men and women. You ever notice that, priest? See, that's the thing. Because when we talk to people authority, because we are people authority.
Right.
We in the motions that we want to run countries. We run it. We want the crown. We want to run neighborhoods in cities. We want to teach people how to have compassion.
Right.
We want to teach people how to feed each other. We want to teach people not be a selfish bastard. We want to teach women not to be a whore or a bitch. You see what I'm saying? We want to teach mothers how to be a mother. We want to teach fathers how to be a father. We want to teach sisters how to be a sister. We want to teach brothers how to be a brother. You see what I'm getting at, Pri?
Right.
That's what we teach. We want to teach Wu-Tang Clan don't smoke weed and sell it. That's a drug. And that's go up against the Most High, our power, and that is destroying our people.
That's right.
That's what we're going to teach. What's his name? Method Man. We're going to teach Method Man not to sell drugs to his people. Because he's a disgusting bastard, and we want to teach him about morals. Because nobody taught him about morals. That's the reason why he feels so comfortable selling cannabis and weed to his people, knowing that you could be strung out on it because he is strung out on it. Go ahead, Fritz.
Everybody want the Method Man box.
And that's what I'm getting at. Remember when Method Man cannot go to certain countries because they don't sell drugs there. They don't sell weed there. He would be like a junkie. You know what they say? You know how Method Man talk like a damn drug addict. Same way like the heroin addict say, I don't want to get off heroin. Right? That sound like it. Right? Weed smokers say the same thing. I don't want to get off of the drug. Crack addicts, I don't want to get off the drug. Cocaine addicts, I don't want to get off the drug. Because you are a goddamn junkie. You know he go to the gym, right? He go to the gym. They think his muscles make him not a drug addict. Same way that we see, I saw Cock Diesel crack addicts when I grew up. You know that, right?
Right.
They beat up drug dealers, crack addicts. That was Diesel. Read on, please.
Okay. According, Slakia, I'll read that part again. According to the effectual working in the measure of every part maketh increase of the body unto edifying of itself in us.
No, you know what the context is? This is in Ephesians. This was Paul talking to his brothers and sisters that was in another country. You understand what I'm saying? The same way that we do. If we go to South Africa, Are we talking to the Hamites or are we talking to the Israelites? We're talking to the Israelites, right? Even though we in South Africa. If we go to Australia, who are we talking to in Australia? Australia? Go ahead, please.
Talking to our people, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians.
Yeah. We talking to the people who don't consider themselves as Black or Hispanic and American Indians, but they understand spiritually. I mean, they understand that they differ from Australians. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
That's how it goes down. That's the reason why we always say, yo, come to the school. We're going to let you know who you are. The way that we're talking about the fly, the fly, the smelling, the disgusting scent of Hamites in the school, you ain't gonna like that.
Right.
If you're a Hamite. But if you're not a Hamite, you won't, you know what I mean? It won't bat an eye because you're not a Hamite. You understand what I'm saying, priest?
Oh, God.
But if we say these disgusting Africans that smell like feces,
Thought,
that don't, we see them all the time. We taught them how to wear deodorant. Tell me that Black people did not teach Africans how to wear deodorant and wear shoes. We taught them don't wear no slippers in the wintertime. And guess what? We taught them with no malice. Cause we thought they was our people. You understand what I'm saying, priest? I used to be a Pan-Africanist. But I knew that the African had to pay some type of reparations to us. You understand what I'm saying, priest?
right.
I knew that we wasn't the same, you know what I mean? We wasn't the same people, but we wasn't the same people because we was a first world people. You understand what I'm saying, priest?
That's right.
First world people. Which means that we was like prestige. You know what I mean? We eat with forks and spoons. You understand what I'm saying? We don't eat with our hands.
Right.
We're going to teach, you know what I mean? We're going to teach these Africans how to have clean water. How to not disrespect their women. How to have some type of structure. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you look at them, why are you still having an arrow and bow? You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
We are first world people. Why you still sorry? Why are you still eating monkey brains? You have too much information to say that it's bad for you. You understand what I'm saying, priest? This is what we're going to teach Hamites. It get cold in the desert sometime. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
We're going to teach you how to build a house. There's no more huts. Why are you still building huts in 2025?
Right.
Why? You know, the priest. Land infrastructure nationhood. Your priest. I'm going to tell you. I'm a carpenter by trade. I saw how carpentry changed within time. You know you could build, you know, in construction, and I don't think you know this, we could build a city within 5 years. An entire goddamn city. 5 years. The instruction, you know, the construction industry have so much different type of avenues how to build a goddamn building. Within, guess what? Within 6 months of the entire building, and I'm talking about 50 residents in one building. A project. Do you know how long it takes to build a project? In 2025, guess how long it takes you to build a project in 2025? That's how long it takes you. I tell you, 6 months. And I'm talking about from the top all the way down to the bottom, what you saw, what you see outside. Even better. Guess what? It would be a smart project. A smart project, including stores on the side, pizza parlors, restaurants, a transit system. 5 goddamn months. 5 months. You see what's going on across the street in Harlem? The reason why it's taking them so long, because you know that New York is corrupt. I'm going to get to you. New York is corrupt. So they milk the money. They milk the money.
Right.
A building across the street, that lot, 6 months to build that building when people was in there that's paying half of $100,000. 6 months with a pool on the bottom, with a pool on the top, with environmental systems. When you walk into the building, it's warm in the wintertime. When you walk out the building in the summertime, it's cool. Do you see what I'm getting at, please?
Oh, God.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's heavy you brought that out because, like you said, that have always been on my mind. Like, you know, even years coming to the ISUPK, young teenager, you know, sometimes I see like buildings being built, and I look at it and I always said to myself, listen, man, these buildings could be built within 1 week. You know what I'm saying? 1 month, 2 months. It's no reason why it stretches the way it stretches, man, with the manpower alone. You know what I'm saying? You could build a freaking house, you know what I'm saying, that will take in Black, Hispanic, and Native North American. You could build a freaking house in 1 week, 1 month. There's no reason why you're taking what? Half a year, 1 year, 2 years. It's a lot.
Oh, no, you drop in so heavy, and I'm gonna let you know, concrete have been prestige. You have, it's not the old school way no more. It's a wrap.
Right.
You got, you know what I mean? You just don't know.
Right.
You just don't. Yo, they got machines that will build sidewalks. Across the street. You see that building?
Right.
They had a machine. Ain't no people building the sidewalk. That's only for, like, you know, even in residential. Because the difference between commercial and residential, 2 different things. You have a machine, guess what? There's a machine that would start from Marcus Garvey Park. And they would just go down 124th Street all the way to the water to build a sidewalk. It would just be, you understand? It would be a person, it would be 2 people who driving a machine, and it would just be concrete, pouring it sanding it down, making the what's the name, making the what they call the sidewalk on the, when you go in the street, called the gutter. They will automatically build the gutter. You see what I'm saying? Put the whistle and put the things in place so the water could go into the sewer system. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is in one goddamn day. From Marcus Garvey Park all the way to the goddamn water. A sidewalk with sewer system. 2 people driving a goddamn machine that's sanding down everything. You know what I mean? Dropping the concrete. This is there. And guess what? And you have people, you have other people that's behind it to make sure everything is smooth. You see what I'm saying? Right. But that's all in 2 days. 2 goddamn days. And guess what they're doing when they're building the sidewalk? They're building the building at the same time. At the same time. I know it because I work in the field. I work in the field. I know the people who they call it milking the industry. Okay. And that's Italians right there. That's the Irish right there. I didn't know nothing about that until I got into that industry, priest.
Right.
This is Italians, Irish, Greeks, oh man, what is the name of it? Another European group. Italians, Greeks, Irish, Hungarians, Germans. A lot of them is not smart. A lot of them is on drugs. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of them is not smart. A lot of them is on drugs. Functional drug addicts. Functional drug addicts. Right. They running these job sites. They running these job sites. Drug addicts. Goddamn drug addicts. Cocaine addicts. Pill addicts. Weed addicts. They running these sites right here. Guess what? And also, their children. I did not know you could remember if you have a kid, your kid ain't, you know what I mean? College, you don't have to always go to college. But if you get a trade, if you're 18-year-old and get a trade and realize that you're 18, you just graduated out of high school. You know, if you get in a union, you get vacation pay. You don't go on vacation, but you get vacation pay. 3 times a year. Guess how much your vacation pay will be? $1,500. Think about that. An 18-year-old who's getting $1,500 on top of his salary. You understand what I'm saying? First year apprentice. Let's say he's making $15 an hour. That's not including, you know what I mean? That's not including the you know what I mean? That's not including you know what I mean? Your health benefits, so on and so forth. By the time you get 3rd year apprentice, you bought 3 homes. Because remember, you got $1,500 a year spending money. 15 plus 15 is 3,000 plus another 15 is what? 1,400? You're an 18-year-old on top of your salary. And on top of, you ready for this? Your tax return. You see what I'm getting at? We don't know about this because Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians are slaves. We are slaves. We don't know nothing about this. We don't know nothing about this sideline money. Sideline money that we don't know nothing about. And I'm only talking about the trades. I'm not talking about the golf course. Golf course. There's a career in golf course. Career. You make more money if you work on a golf course as a greenskeeper. You know there's rich people who pay tithes to the golf course to make sure that you keep the golf course nice and tight. You don't know about that? They will pay for your schooling. They would pay for your school. Guess what? And you would live rent-free in their buildings because these is rich white people who own buildings. And the only thing that you're doing is working for them. And you living rent-free in their building. You see on 54th and 5th, those buildings, people that own golf courses own those buildings. Bobby the shot, just read it. Just read that. It's a lot.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm going on that.
Verse 17.
Because I'm in the game. I was in that game. I was surprised. I'm in that game. Go ahead.
This I say therefore and testify in the Lord, that he henceforth walk not as other Gentiles.
Say that again.
This I say therefore and testify in the Lord.
So this I said therefore, I testify. This is Paul. I testify in the Lord, which he's saying that he's telling the truth. That ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles. Do you understand what this concept means? It says right here. That ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles. What's the difference between one Gentile and another Gentile? Read on.
Oh God.
Start from on Lord.
Lord, that he henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, and the vanity of their mind.
And the what?
Vanity of their mind.
Of their emptiness of their mind. Remember, he said, "Don't be tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine." Remember what Paul said that? He's talking about who? He's talking about other nations that who is not Israelites, Gentiles. That's what he's talking about. This is in Ephesians. You acting like a Gentile. You being like a Gentile. You are a goddamn Gentile. You are American. You are Venezuelan. You are Guatemalan. You're not an Israelite. You acting like, you know what I'm saying, your slave master that gave you this name. who you acting like. That's who you acting like. Don't do that. Don't act that way. We don't.
Come on, God. This is verse 18. Having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart.
So check this out right here. I'm gonna read 17 first. Say Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. This I said therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their minds. Their minds. The vanity of their minds. Verse 18. Having the understanding darkness, that vanity, that emptiness, which is darkness of these particular Gentiles. Those type of Gentiles. I gave you, you know what I'm saying? You was acting like a Gentile, but I gave you some light, right? To say, don't act like these other people. Don't act like these other nations, but these other nations act their own way. They worship Zeus. They worship Hathor. They worship other gods. That's their understanding, which is what? Darkness. Being, read on. Being, 18. Being, start from being.
Being alienated.
Say that again.
Being alienated.
Being somebody who's not one of us. Being alienated, read on.
From the life of God through the ignorance that is in them.
Being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them. Read on.
Come on, God. Because of the blindness of their hearts.
Because what?
Because of the blindness of their heart.
Because of the blindness of their heart. Right, I told you, don't be tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. You see how that goes? You see how that goes along right there? I told you that. But I said, these other people, they're going to be blinded. They're going to be blinded. They're going to have vanity. I'm teaching you something else. I'm teaching you not to be like them. I'm telling you to be like Yasha Allah. This is a comparison. Read on.
Go of God. Verse 19. Who being past failing have given themselves over into lasciviousness.
Lasciviousness. Baba Kashar, you use that look up that word lasciviousness. I know what it means, but we gotta read the definition of Baba Kashar.
Oh God.
Lasciviousness. Which because I already know what it is. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? You could do copy and paste, so
lasciviousness. Lasciviousness.
Hold on. Let's read this right here. We got Ephesians chapter 4, verse 19. Who being past feeling have given themselves over lasciviousness. You know?
The
definition.
All right, this is lascivious. of a person, manner, or gesture, feeling or revealing an overt and often offensive sexual desire.
Look at this right here. Who being past feelings, their past feelings, because this is how they get down, have given themselves over unto your seriousness, which is sexual disgustingness. Read on. Read what you got.
Okay, similar words. Lewd.
Say that again.
Lewd.
Say that again.
Lewd.
You know that people was fighting in 2025 and saying that lewd is just, they try, they're not criminalizing lewd. Lewd is like when you expose yourself to people. You understand?
Right.
When you pleasuring yourself in public. You understand that? That's a lewd behavior. But right now, they said it's okay now. In 2025, I'm gonna let you know, priest, it's okay for you to have that lewd behavior. Long as you don't disrespect nobody with that lewd behavior, you could do it. That's the seriousness. We don't.
Similar, more similar words.
Mhm.
Lustful.
Say that again.
Lustful.
The people who say lewd behavior, hey, long as somebody is okay with it, you could do it. That's what they said. You know what they also said? I like, what I mean? A woman liking women, a man liking a man. It's okay. You know what's wrong? Because people shame people because they cannot do the things that they want to do. So they're going to do it in a way of breaking the law. You understand what I'm saying? So check this out. So if somebody is down with the lasciviousness, you have one person who's breaking the law and one person who say that who is not breaking the law. But right, both of them is coming from the same state of mind of what? The ignorance of darkness.
Right.
The vanity of their mind. That's what's going on. That's what's going on right there. Read on. You can forget that and just read on 19 again.
Verse 19. Who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness to work or uncleanness with greediness.
Oh my God. Uncleanness with greediness. Their uncleanness is greedy. They want more. Whoredom. They want more. You know what I'm saying? Men sleeping with men. They want more women is sleeping with men. They want to justify your daughter to be a whore. They want to justify your son to smoke all the weed. They want to justify that, you know what I'm saying, that method man can sell drugs to children. He want that. He want to be that greediness. He need that. He wants your son and daughter to smoke weed with him. He wants it. He don't want that to be criminalized. He don't want that to look down upon. He don't want that. He want to be okay with it. You see how greedy that is, priest? Greedy. This is what they want because method men love white Jesus doctrine. Because Yahushua Mashiach tell method man he's not allowed to do the things that he's doing. But white Jesus doctrine said it's okay for him to sell drugs to his brothers and sisters. and be okay with it. We don't.
Oh God. Verse 20.
Mhm.
But ye have not so learned Christ.
Say again.
But ye have not so learned Christ.
Oh yeah, this is somebody who's going off. He don't know anything about Christ. Christian church don't know anything about Christ. Bible sure I dropped that. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Oh God.
Salaki. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Let's read this right here. Mhm. Go on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Mhm.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people,
Go on.
and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them
Go on.
all the day long.
Mhm.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
You know what I'm saying? It says it right here. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long. If you're a drug dealer, you want your children to be strung out on drugs. You want your son to be strung out on drugs. You don't want no power to take him off drugs. You want to be a white man. You want to be a white woman. You want to be our oppressor. You want to justify the reason why there's drugs in our community.
Bro,
You want that. You don't want to fight against the system. You don't want to fight against the system, Fat Joe. You don't want to fight against the system. You want the system to go along to get along, Fat Joe. Cameron, Mace, Max B. You want the system to go along to get along. You don't want no moral compass.
right?
From the priest and the prophet of the Lord. Nick Cannon, Kanye West, 50 Cent. You're not my equal. You worship money. I worship the Most High God, my power to tell you that you are a disgusting bastard. And your son is never going to love you. You know that it would be 50 Cent, right? He's never going to piece it up with his son.
Right.
He's just going to be a disgusting bastard. But guess what, 50 Cent? We're going to teach you how to forgive your son. And we're going to teach your son how to forgive his father. We're going to teach you that. We're going to teach you how to celebrate Hanukkah.
But Selassie,
Go ahead, please.
no, 50 Cent is a hypocrite. You understand? Because he's going after Diddy because, first of all, they're all disgusting. You understand? He's going after Diddy with this documentary exposing him. You understand? Which the rich shall be exposed, you know what I'm saying, on all sides, not just Diddy, 50 Cent too, but 50 Cent is exposing Sean Combs because he slept with his baby's mother. You understand? His first child, which is his son, which the son he hates. You understand? So if you're gonna hate that, what Diddy did, why not love your son? I don't understand if you understand what I'm saying.
No, I
All
understand.
of that is just hypocritical and stupid. You're going after a man that slept with your baby mother. Okay, you got hurt feelings. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have done that. You understand what I'm saying?
She was a whore.
He was a whore.
Your baby mom's is a whore. I'm gonna tell you 50 Cent. Let it go. Let it go and get counsel.
But at the same time, you have animosity towards it. You damn nearly hate your son. That all of that is just that's just confusion.
You know what? 50 Cent loved white Jesus because white Jesus said he could hate his son.
Of course.
If we go on Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17, you're not allowed to hate your son.
Right.
You're allowed to piece that up. Matter of fact, go to what is it, Matthew 18, when Christ said, if somebody trespass against you. Yeah, let's go to that. Let's go to that. Let's go to the law. Because remember, 50 Cent don't have a law. He think he's down with the 48 laws. You know what I mean? That guy Green. He's with white people's law. He's not with God's law. That's the reason why he's going, you know what I mean? He's a selfish bastard. And don't want to piece it up with his people. He think he could do it all by himself, which he failed. He's a failure. Your money don't make you my equal, 50 Cent. I'm going to teach you how to be a man. I'm going to teach you how to forgive people. I'm going to show you, you know what I mean? I'm going to teach you how to show compassion toward people. I'm going to teach you how to be a man of God. I'll be sure I read it.
Well, God, this is Matthew.
Read on 14. Read on from 14.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Even so, it is not the will of your Father which is in heaven, that one of these little ones should perish.
Go on.
15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee,
go on.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Go on.
If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
So he said, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between them and him alone. If he shall hear thee, you try to say that you don't want to piece it up with your son? You are a lie. You are a lie. Your son is a lie. Try to say you can't call him up. You gotta try to say that you can't call him every goddamn day to piece it up with your son so you can iron out all differences. So you could be a father and he could be a son to you. Sit down. Talk to him. Go to him and him alone. We ain't talking about the mother. We're talking about you and your son piecing it up. Not try to make this damn documentary. That don't mean anything. That's just making a white man rich. What everything that we do, blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indian, enriches the European. Everything that we do enriches the European. You can't put this much time into your son, your daughter, your baby moms. It can't be done, huh? It can't be done. Did you ever repent for anything, 50 Cent? You talking about Sean Combs, but what about your sins, 50 Cent? What about your shortcomings? 50 cents? What if, you know what I'm saying? What about the time when you turned a blind eye to one of your mans in them when they was doing dirt? 50 cents. Anybody? Anybody? You are a hypocrite. I guess he never heard that in his life, being a hypocrite. He's a goddamn hypocrite. I don't care about your goddamn money. Your money don't mean nothing to me. Are you a man of God or you a disgusting bastard? You bended the knee. You a knee bender. You know they're knee benders, right? Anything what a white man says, they would do. They would bend the knee. Because they are weak. They're all weak. They're all weak. Well, we're going to teach you how to be powerful. We're going to teach you that. We're going to piece everything up with you and your son. You're going to enjoy your life. You're going to have good times. You're going to stop celebrating Christmas and holidays. The white man's holidays. You want to start celebrating God's holidays. That's what you're going to start doing. And you're going to stand 10 toes down and saying the white woman is the devil, what the Bible speaks of, and repent when you was with that white whore. You know he was with a white whore. You know that, right? He was with a white whore. You want to repent from that and say, I'm not going to be with a white whore no more in my life because I'm an Israelite. That's what you're going to do. And you ain't going to do it for yourself. You're going to do it for the Lord. That's what you're going to do it for. You ain't going to do it for yourself because you're a selfish bastard. If we leave it up to you, you know what I mean? Anything goes. Tomorrow, you could be doing something to some goddamn animal. A white woman. That's what's going on. Bible, shall I read that from the top?
Go to God. Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
If our brother shall trespass against us, read on.
Go and tell him his fault.
That's where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go to that father, that son. You're supposed to come to the priest and the prophet of ISUPK and come to us, and we're going to teach you how to go to that father or son. That's what we're going to do, priest. We're going to give you a moral compass. We're going to give you 4 ways and byways. We're going to teach you who you are. You're not an African American. You are an Israelite. God's chosen people. That's who you are. And this is what our King taught us, how to come back to that. Go to him and him alone. Read on.
Oh my God. If he shall hear thee.
Say that again.
If he shall hear thee.
If somebody coming to you, if somebody coming to their mother, their father, and say that, mother, father, you had trespassed against me when I was young. You forced me into this position when I was young. You made me feel uncomfortable when I was young, when you put me in this position. If the mother and father said, I don't remember that, they didn't hear you. They're supposed to, guess what they're supposed to say? Oh my God, my son, my daughter said this to me.
Right.
Why did they say that to me? Did I do something wrong to them? You know what they will, you know what in the world, you know what they would say? I never did that to you. I don't remember that. This is the victim telling the person who made them the victim their crimes. And they don't want to hear it. That's white people. And we learn the same way. We learn the same way, priest.
That's right.
They think, you know what I mean? They automatically say, no, I didn't do that. They didn't take in consideration, my son and my daughter said this to me. They didn't even take in consideration and say, I apologize for that. I can't believe that. I don't remember that I did that to you. You believe this, priest? This is what's going on right now in 2025. They don't even consider their trespass against their sons and daughters. They don't even consider it when a son and daughter come to them and explain to them about the wrongdoings, what they did to them. They don't even consider it. And this is how far that we came across. We became honorary white women, honorary white men, honorary slave masters, honorary white Jesus. That's what happened. And don't want to follow the law, statutes, commandments of God. Read on.
Kalamakai. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Now, if you go to your brother, your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your siblings, if they understand what you're saying and they acknowledge that it did something wrong, you done gain a brother, you done gain a sister, because they acknowledge, they're not going up against you, they're saying that I did something wrong, let me fix this situation, let me have the ability. This person has given me a chance to fix it so we can come back together. Why we don't think that way, priest? You're giving me a chance that I can fix the situation that I trespass against you. I have the ability to make it better. I have a chance to say I'm not only say I'm sorry, so I can show you that I could be your brother, that I could be your father, that I could be your mother, that I could be your aunt and your uncle and your cousin and your sibling. A powerful sibling, a powerful brother. I'm going to put it in your mind that you're not going to remember when I trespassed, because I was such a good brother after when you came to me. You see how that's? Yo, I'm not going to put it in you know what I mean? I'm going to put it in your mind that I'm going to be such a good mother at this moment in time for now and you know what I mean, in the future, that you're going to forget about the trespass that I did in the past. I'm going to be such a good father for now and in the future that I'm going to get you, I'm going to put you in a position that you're going to forget about the trespass that I did in the past. You see how that's? And you know the reason why I'm doing it? Because Yahweh Shamashiach taught me. And he reminded me that it was in the law, statutes, and commandments. Bob Gashar, drop that. Go to I think is the first tab. Proverbs chapter 19.
Proverbs.
Yeah, it should be Proverbs or Psalms. You see that?
Oh no, I think I went over it.
Oh, all right. Go to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 7. I think that's
Proverbs 19:7.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Proverbs.
If it's not, if it's not Proverbs, it's Psalms.
19:7.
Yeah, 19:7. Let me see. No, you go. Oh no, it's Psalms. It's Psalms 19:7.
Psalms 19:7. Seven.
Yep. Let me see. Yep. Yeah, that's it right there. Go on two steps up. No. Read from the top. Read from one. Read from one and go down. Now this is our brother, David, song. This is a song right here. You understand that, right, priest?
Right.
This is a song it have to be sung. Read that from the top.
Psalm chapter 19, verse 1.
Mhm.
To the chief musician, a psalm of David,
Mhm.
the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament which showeth his handiwork.
Go on.
Verse 2. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
So it said day. It said day unto day uttering speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Yeah, I know that. We don't.
Verse 3. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
You know what I mean? There's no speech of, you know what I mean? Read on.
Verse 4.
Mhm.
Their line is gone out through the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And them he set a tabernacle for the sun.
So we got to realize this is a song. Are we singing? Christianity don't sing songs like this. Read on.
Verse 5. Which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber.
Go on.
And rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race.
Go on.
Verse 6. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and circuit unto the ends of it.
Go on.
And there is nothing here from the heat thereof.
Now, you know what I mean? Now read 7.
Verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
Say that again.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
No, nothing can make you perfect. Say that again.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
No, hell no. The Christianity told me that the law of the Lord is not perfect. Say that again.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
No. Christianity say if I follow the law, I'm going to be imperfect. Say that again.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
The law of the Lord is perfect. Read on.
Converting the soul.
Say that again.
Converting the soul.
You know what I'm saying? I could go to my brothers and sisters and talk to them, and I can iron out my differences. That's how the law of the Lord is perfect. Converting our soul, that would change our soul. Read on.
Come on, God. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So the testimony of the law, is sure. Our testimony of the law is sure, making wise the simple. It should be simple if you believe in the Most High God. It should be simple if you fear the Most High God. It should be simple that you follow the Most High God, laws, statutes, and commandments. Then you become wise to be simple. And with that, I'm Priest Officer Paratazar out of Yonkers, New York, holding the class down. for priests and officer of 1,000 Sha'al. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of University School of Practical Knowledge. Start off from 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General. And since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. God's people, Israelites. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. And that's how we've been teaching. That's what we want to teach our people. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer of 1,000 Sha'al.
Clap it up for the class. Most High in Christ. All right, Most High in Christ. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'aishua, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which will be Hanukkah, which will be this Sunday, which will be the 14th, right? On a Sunday, December 14th. All right, make sure you tune in online or go to your nearest ISUPK zone school to be in attendance. All right. Go to isupk.com, which is our website. Check the back of your school's bulletin board for further ISUPK updates and functions. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, and with that, men of Israel are Madian, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amadian, Barak, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Dom, Yadyamatah, which means hands down. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Amadian, Barak, Yahweh Shema Adonai Bahashim Yahushua, Yadyamatah, which means hands down. Class is missed.